This is the second video I've done about this article because there's just so much interest and intrigue and discourse around the subject matter and not the family per se, but how people will put themselves through the ringer because they are always going to be New York or nowhere. And irrespective of how much they're struggling in New York City, they're always going to find a way to make it work. Now, this is a college educated couple. One is in education and decides to stay at home to take care of the kids, not because she wants to, but because of the financial surrounding childcare. He had an amazing job, and I call it amazing because he's making over six figures. He was making $110,000. It was in healthcare, and he was working at Columbia University Hospital as an MRI technician. And if you know about healthcare has proven the test of time that it is recession proof. So, for all intents and purposes, that is a fantastic job. But he decides to quit this job to become a superintendent in a building and supervise not only that building, but the building next door because they basically are able to subsidize their housing. And the article talks about all the financial obstacles that they have to go through, all the challenges, and how they're trying to make it work with their lifestyle. And it's working. They're getting by. And the question on a lot of people's minds is why put yourself through all those sacrifices when you don't really have to, when you're making an okay income? And like one of the challenges that they're having in this article, it talks about how they're they were considering putting a Murphy bed in the living room, but then the owner of the building decided to give them an empty room in the apartment next door and they knocked down the door. And I'm just like going through all this anxiety reading this article and thinking about as a parent thinking of all the sacrifices these people have to make that budget work in New York City. For those of you watching that are in New York City, would you leave? Would you leave? Are you considering leaving? Or you think, okay, this is the place where I'm going to live. This is the place where I'm going to be no matter what, no matter how many tiny little humans rely on me. I don't care. I'm going to make it work. Or for those of you who have left, do you regret that decision or was it a great decision? Comment below, like, and share. Thank you.